doing? Great rise, beautiful beings. This is RevereSkye'sEssence. All I want to say is you can do it, okay? You can do it. This kind of make my eyes water a little bit, and my nose. You know how your eyes water and then it get to your nose? Well, you know, don't think because an old white lady, she done been around the block, okay? They know what's going on. And I was 18, so I got my GED at 16. Okay, I had dropped out of school, got my GED at 16. My mom sent me to a college. She said she wanted me in a college atmosphere. And when I went up there, the lady was like, ma'am, why are you in here? You don't need remedial courses or anything to pass this GED test. So I was in there like a week. So I got my GED at 16. Then my mom said, how you like the college atmosphere? I said, it was all right. I was in there with people who needed their GED because, you know, I had dropped out of school. So a year or so went by and it was time for me to go to college. So I went to college for 5 years. I did a dual
In half
major.
a mile, use the middle lane to take a slight right to stay on I-283 North.
So I did a dual major. But when my mom was never the type to take me nowhere, I was responsible. She was like, if you could do this, you could go sign yourself up for school. So I went to go sign myself up for school.
Take a slight right to stay on I-283
I was
North.
high. I ain't ashamed. What they say?
Keep left to stay on I-283 North.
Okay, I'm assuming this way because it ain't on the sign. So I was high. You know, I had a nice cocaine plug back in the day. Yes, had a very nice cocaine plug back in the day. Dang, what happened over there? And all I could remember was this white lady walked. I had shades on, and I probably was sniffling. I was slim and trim, wasn't nothing but 135 pounds, slim and trim. And I was in there applying. They had all these computers for everybody to go sign up and stuff. And this white lady came up to me and she hit me on my shoulder. I had the brick in my bra. You could see the brick through the bra. Probably see the straw. And she came up to me. She tapped me on my shoulder. She said, it's gonna be all right, baby. It's gonna be all right, baby. And it didn't mean nothing then. It didn't mean nothing then. But now I know. Now I know. Don't give up. That's all I can say is don't give up on life. I'm not saying you might party one day in life. You might, you know, but don't give up on your primary
In half a
situation.
mile, take exit 48 for Union Deposit Road.
Do not give up on don't give up on nothing, okay? Outside influences don't matter when you got dreams and you got goals. You understand? You got to want it. If you don't want it,
Take
you
exit
ain't gonna get
48.
it. Like that lady, she knew I was geeking when I was up in there. I wasn't like fidgety or nothing, but I'm trying to tell you something. She knew it. She saw it. She definitely saw it. And
Keep right.
just be mindful. Be very mindful. I was a very functional.
Merge onto Union Deposit Road, then
very
turn right onto
functional.
Avila Road.
I was very functional. Yes. So be mindful.
Turn right
of
onto
that.
Avila Road. Then you'll turn left into the parking lot.
Okay, let me cut her off. I'm where I always got to go. Okay. You'll be very functional. There you go. Okay. I knew where I was going.
Turn left into the parking lot.
I just exit out of her and she's trying to tell me how to get in the parking lot. Okay. You'll be very functional. You'll be very functional. If you want to be functional, you'll be functional. If you want to fall off, you will fall off. If you done gave up, life will give up on you. I was young. I wasn't addicted. And I'm going to hip you to something else. This might help somebody out. This how you know when you ain't addicted to something. See, I was the type, I had my little boyfriends that bring me a little money here and there. They didn't bring me drugs or nothing like that. And mama said, don't call it drugs. She said that was cocaine, baby. You weren't doing crack. You weren't doing heroin. You weren't doing meth. You were doing cocaine. She said, don't call it no drug. That was the way of life. That's what she said. But listen clearly. I wasn't the type to be like, oh, let me go do this so I could get this. No, I was more on the margins of, see, I had an entertainment center in my house. I had the whole 15 towers, pool table, all that. And I'm not talking about this. I'm not looking at you and trying to tell you what I used to have. No. I'm telling you the life, how it was. I had my little party house going on. And I had my favorites. I had my favorites that would come and break bread. Okay? I had my favorites that come break bread. And I did not deal with anybody that was on drugs. The only way I was out with somebody that did coke was if my friends took me to somebody's house. Like coming to my house, thinking that you could pull out a sack and we gonna be free. Oh no, that was beneath me. Still is beneath me. I'm not that one. And I just wanted to say that. I said, after I leave out of here, I want me a matcha. Just stay strong. Stay strong. I could never forget when that lady, and then I don't know, I think I got guardian angels just like my mom had 8 abortions. I'm going to tell you now, my mom had 8 abortions before she had me. Okay? She probably had 6 abortions before she had my brother. But she was about to go have an abortion with me and some fairy tale white lady. I told her to describe her. She said she had a hat on that pulled down on the side, so she kept her face forward like militant. I said, well, what you did with the pamphlets and stuff? Did you reach out to the lady? Because the lady stopped my mom from having an abortion. And I joke about it all the time, but today I guess it's a little more emotional. You know? But she stopped her. And with all the obstacles, with all the bullshit, with everything we go through in life, how much we party, how much we jump off buildings. What I mean by jump off buildings is you put yourself in no return. You don't know what's going to happen when you hit the bottom, you know. And it just seemed like people were there to guide me, like a guiding stone along the way. Like, that lady was shocked, like her spirit already know. Well, she made the first initiative. She got into fucking school. You know what I mean? She ain't out running in the streets because, see, I was living on my own young. I dropped out of school at 14 going on 15. And I needed my parents' consent to do it. And my mom did it because she knew my head wasn't there. My head was not there. I was somewhere else. I was ripping and running. I was going out of town a lot. I was doing things that normal teenagers weren't doing, okay? Like they would get their ass beat to do the stuff I was doing. But I just thought I would let you know that you do not need to give up. Do not give up. And if you're divinely supposed to be here, people gonna make sure you stay on your timeline. Okay? I'm telling you, I have situations all the time where I'm like, what timeline they want me to stay on? You know what I mean? People are going to make sure you stay on your timeline. I don't know what timeline that is. I don't know if you're a sacrificial lamb. I don't know what's going on. All I know is if it's meant for you to be here, if it's meant for you to be at a specific place at a specific time, they're going to make sure you get there. I told you, it feels like the presidential escorts. If it's meant for you, I've seen plenty of people on the side of the road. But luckily, my times on the side of the road was to get me off that road and to keep me going. Okay? I mean, in my personal vehicle situations. So don't give up. You will have challenges. You will have phases. Okay? You will do things in life where you live, you learn, you forget. But every now and then, you're reminded. You get what I'm saying? You're reminded. You think about it, you laugh about it, and you be like, oh, wow, I can't believe I made it through. You get what I'm saying? Do not give up. Do not give up. I'm going to pull y'all, since it was only supposed to be a 3-minute motivational short. But, let's do one card, and then I'm going to get off it. Because I might as well upload it to the other one. Dang, I keep looking at that panera bread like it's a Starbucks. I want my matcha before I go to work. That matcha good. That coffee. Give me my car. That matcha good. It's light on the caffeine, that damn. And it ain't sweet. Ah! Now, why would the books come out? Listen. Why would the books come out? Expansive. Now, I'm talking about school. I use school as an example. That's the very first thing I use. Learning from all my trials and tribulations, what I've done, right? Expansive. And it's a book. Every day I'm learning a new thing and expanding into my highest potential. Absolutely. That's a blessing that came out, because all I did was talk about this learning situation, what I went through, like the trials and tribulations, how people guided me and kept me on the right path, right? Expansive. In the books, how you learning, taking acknowledge and awareness of what you're doing. And how far, think about everything you do every day. Is it going to keep you in the same cycle, or is it going to give you attributes that take you outside the cycle? Is it going to give you variables that expand your horizon? Okay? Casting spells. Ain't that something? The words I speak and the stories I tell. The words I speak and the stories I tell are like spells. What I say and I believe, I attract more of. So I shift my story from lack to abundance, from victim to empowered, and from complaint to gratitude. Now when I speak to others through my words, I am casting beautiful spells. Ashe. There's one last thing I want to say. What got me off the streets so fast? My nose running right now. Probably having a nostalgic moment. But listen, what got me off the streets so fast? When you're playing out in these streets, loyalty, all that rap and movie talking about loyalty, them people get fucked over every fucking day. There's a hater every fucking day. They mentally don't have the capacity to see the brightness and the beautifulness and letting somebody inspire them to come up, right? Just snake ass, catty ass shit. I was the type to not let nothing pass by me. It could be as simple as my charger charging my phone and somebody take my phone out the charger and start charging their phone without asking. Petty. Grabbing a cigarette and sharing it with other people out my pack like a party pack. Man, I was not the one. I was not the one. Okay, I didn't like kleptomaniacs. I did not like habitual liars. I didn't like people who volunteer information and all it was lies. Pure lies, right? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. Do not give up. Do not let your circumstances, do not let what you've gone through in life dictate where you're going, because you're stronger than most people. Whatever you've gone through, you're one in a million. You're one in a trillion. And my mom said, baby, you're not one in a million. She said, it's billions of people on the planet, okay? She said, you're one in like 500 million. She said, don't give up, okay? So I'm telling you now, don't give up. Get out of your feelings. That's the first thing you do. You got to get out of your feelings, and you got to assess your environment, assess your situations and say, is this going to keep me in the same cycle of eat, sleep, shit, work? Or am I going to actually be able to expand? Everybody's not meant to expand. You got people who have souls that are not meant to expand in this lifetime, okay? Which they all can, because united as one vibration, we move. We move as a missile, okay? We move as a unit. We move as a force to be reckoned with, but that ain't happening, okay? So you can't have all these companies and all these businesses and all these entrepreneurs that are growing and not have workers. So just because you learn something and how to do it and how to master it don't mean that you're supposed to teach everybody, because you're going to be an owner working your own business, just straight up. You got to have people from different skills and trades working together to make a masterpiece. It's just not going to work. Like all these places you want to go to, if there's no workers, what is there to do? Okay, so you got to have people that legit don't mind making like $300 to $500 a week, you know, that don't mind driving. Imagine if everybody had a car. Imagine if everybody had a dog, you know, like, that part. Well, now you know. How you feel about yourself, how you word your reality is who you are. Casting spells and expansiveness. Until next time, unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. Mwah.